Monday, everybody. It's Andrew here again with another vlog post. And I'm super excited about this week and what's happening this week. So we've got the next 2 cohorts, 20 new people, actually a few more than 20 people going through and starting the Dream Business Program this week. 10 from Cape Breton Island and 10 from mainland Nova Scotia. And every time we do a call for applications for this program, we get anywhere between 60 to 80 applications between both the Cape Breton and mainland Nova Scotia piece. And people always ask me, like, how do you pick? How do you narrow that group down to the 10 or so that you end up working with through this process? And I can tell you it's one of the hardest things I have to do as a part of Mashup. But there's a few things that I think that I look for that I think are actually helpful to folks beyond just the Dream Business Program. And really, when it boils down to it, I put very little emphasis on the actual idea that people are working on, or especially the scalability of that idea. I think we generally do a poor job of trying to predict winners and losers when it comes to good ideas or bad ideas, or how things are going to shape and evolve. So I spent a lot of time asking questions around that help me better understand the person behind the idea. Things like, have they fallen in love with or put more emphasis on the actual idea itself versus the execution of the plan that's actually going to turn that into a viable business opportunity? So are they emphasizing the idea over the actual hard work of execution? Because you can have 2 very different entrepreneurs working on the exact same idea. One takes off and the other one goes nowhere. And I think it's all about execution. It's all about taking action. And then I really pay attention to, do people value the process, right? Carving out that time every week to work on this idea. There's a lot of people out there that love the notion of, or the idea of becoming an entrepreneur and starting a business. But when it really boils down to it, when it comes to carving out that time every week in your calendar, not everybody is prepared to make those kinds of commitments, which is totally okay. I pass absolutely no judgment around that. But in terms of this process and this program, there isn't an insignificant time commitment that goes along with it. So finding people that are really dedicated and able to commit that kind of a time to this process is super valuable, and they see the value in doing it. They see value in carving out that kind of time in their calendar, in their schedule, in their lives to get this new business idea off the ground. And then I really look for people that are coachable, right? People that understand that, I may be wrong about a few of these assumptions I'm making around the business, and they haven't fallen in love with the current version of their idea. And sometimes the current version of their idea is the winner, but a lot of times, I would say the vast majority of times, there's something about the way that any of us are currently thinking about an idea that may need to be tweaked or may be wrong completely. And I think the process that we use in that Dream Business Program really emphasizes this notion of it's all based on assumptions. So what can we do to begin to validate or invalidate some of the assumptions that we have around this business idea? So those are all the things that I look for, but I think those are things that actually build a solid foundation for any business idea that you might be working on. So if you can think about the things that you're working on in that context of being open to the idea that you're wrong about a few things, open to and interested and see value in dedicating and committing the time to that idea, and really thinking and valuing more about the execution and actually working on the idea versus just the conceptualizing just the idea itself. Valuing more execution versus the idea. I think those are things that would serve you well trying to get new business ideas off the ground. So I'm super excited to get working with the folks in our next cohort of the Dream Business Program. And for all the other folks that apply, we actually offer up 3 free webinars and some one-on-one coaching as well to help get people prepped for the next call for applications. So if you haven't already and you think that might be a process that's be helpful to you, feel free to continue to apply for that. We will have a continuous intake of that as we lead into the next cohort. So we'll see you next week.